think a queer space or a queer community for me just means that I'm able to establish relationships with people that are primarily about like friendship and solidarity and community, but where this idea of the fact like how we experience our sexuality or our gender or our race or all these things, that those are very like political experiences.
I think it's really difficult if you moved here and didn't know anyone. Like the queer vibe is fairly hidden.
I have this feeling of belonging, of community, of being around a lot of queers in Budapest sometimes, but there isn't a space where I feel it necessarily. It more happens in moments. So it will happen in moments. So it will happen like at basketball, for instance. Do you want to start football?
All right, so the basketball group got started in April this year, I think.
It feels really like a really supportive environment. Like you can just, no one has to be good. There's no pressure.
I think it's important in terms of like queerness in Budapest is that it's like this very visible like public thing in this. We play at in a basketball court where there's like 3 basketball courts next to each other, and it can be quite full. It can be like there can be a family there could be like a group of like kind of bros hanging out, and then there's this like total ragtag bunch of queers turning up in like their Umana basketball outfits, just being like very visible and very like loving and kind, and not being, I don't know, I think it's a really nice way for people to view us.
Ready?
Check.
If we were just like a bunch of dykes hanging out in public space, that is not necessarily like something that's always comfortable, But when you're playing basketball, people somehow forget about that you're like just a bunch of dykes, and they're like, yeah, can I play with you? And it's like a very easygoing thing.
I'm a member of Labris Lesbian Association, which is the only lesbian association in Hungary. Yeah, we think a lot about why the lesbian community is less visible than the gay male community.
I think often the queer events in Budapest are queer parties, or that's the only thing that non-native speakers of Hungarian can access. It's nice to do something outside of CEU that's also not a bar or not like a nightlife scene, which I don't love all the time.
For example, in Budapest there are more gay bars and places where gay men can meet. There have been a few lesbian places, but they all closed up.
1990s, that was really a question, that was a scene, that there had to be like gay places, but I don't think that would be needed anymore, and I don't think that would be even any, so I don't know about any, to be honest.
Why this place is closed, they didn't have enough customers, so women don't seem to go out so much.
There was a lot of like trial and error of going to kind of any Facebook event that had any kind of notion of queerness around it.
I don't think I've had any experience with the local Hungarian queer community or lesbian community.
I went once 2 years ago to a La Brise, to a film screening that they had. And it was dubbed in Hungarian, but I could still hear the English in the background.
I've never found this like sense of community with Hungarian queers. Yeah.
We have very different interests, I think, and different ways of what we are doing with our sexuality in this moment.
It's different for me to be like a foreign queer person here because I can make those choices and I can leave when I want.
I don't think that that is a problem anymore. Time has changed a lot. The way how people are going out, it has changed a lot too. Also, the nightlife has changed a lot. So in this meaning, now in these years, we don't need a certain place to go to being a lesbian or gay, because people are open, I guess.
There's a lot of hatred in people, which this government seems to be able to talk to.
If you live here, I mean, you probably must find your own community, which is organized by yourself, and then you can pick up a place.
I have found a bunch of cool people that do, you know, meet up in places or organize things in places.
I think you can build your own spaces here a lot. I'm happy with what I find here. Of course, like I always want to go to like more dance parties where there's more people I don't know, maybe, you know.
Everyone was just in awe, you know, and froze.
It's funny, I think it is true somehow that this group of people that connected through basketball really kind of became this community.
The community that has been created through like, I don't know, our social groups and basketball and stuff is really rich and like super important.
Have this like anxiety at the pit of my stomach that's like, oof, when these people leave, like, is it gonna be then my turn to leave as well?